Conference on Apparel and Home Textiles 2024. A warm welcome to everybody present here. I hope you are all as excited as we are what promises to be a day filled with insightful discussions and valuable networking opportunities. This conference, organized by OGTC in partnership with Lady Irwin College, brings together some of the brightest minds in the industry under the theme Threads of Transformation, Strategic Insights for Global Apparel Leadership. Without further ado, let's begin our inaugural session. I would like to invite Colonel S. Kapoor, Director General of OGTC, to the stage. It's my pleasure to introduce Colonel S. Kapoor, who has been Director General of OGTC since February 2022. Earlier, he was Executive Director Faridabad Industries Association for over 15 years. A postgraduate in Defence Studies, Colonel S. Kapoor served in the Indian Army for 27 years. His vast administrative experience has contributed to the growth of OGTC. His thrust towards training has proved very beneficial for all the members. Colonel Kapoor is a highly respected leader in the industry, known for his visionary guidance and unwavering commitment to driving innovation. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Gautam Nair, Director of Matrix Design and Industries Private Limited. I am honored to introduce Shri Gautam Nair, who is a passionate entrepreneur and a firm believer that change is the only constant. As a visionary grounded in operational excellence, he ensured steady growth of Matrix over the years. He is a strong respected mentor not only to the Matrix team but also to eminent individuals in the growth and development sector. In addition to his role in Matrix, he is actively involved in textile and apparel industries in India. He is an elected member of Executive Committee for Apparel Export Promotion Council, the Garment Exporters and Manufacturers Association, a member of Governing Council in Footwear Design and Development Institute, and a past chairman of CII's National Committee on Textile and Apparel. He holds a master's diploma in business management from IIM Ahmedabad and a bachelor's degree in economic honors from St. Stephen's College, Delhi. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage. We now look forward to Colonel S. Kapoor for delivering the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and delegates. It is an honor and a privilege to welcome you all to our 19th International Conference on Apparel and Home Textiles here in Gurugram. This conference brings together some of the brightest minds and industry leaders, all sharing a common passion for the future of apparel and home textiles. Okla Garment and Textile Cluster has a unique flair wherein the members have a clarity in their minds that success only can be achieved through collective thinking and cooperation. In the ever-loving world of fashion and home textiles, innovation, sustainability, and collaboration are key drivers of success. This conference provides a unique platform for us to exchange ideas and forge new partnerships. The day-long proceedings will be enlightening and inspiring. The global apparel and home textile industry is at a critical juncture. The recent developments in Bangladesh, in addition to the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and West Asia, offers a challenge to us to aggressively promote our exports. This conference will give us an opportunity to collectively address these challenges and set the direction for the future. I wish to thank each one of you for your valuable presence, which reflects your commitment to the advancement of our industry. As we embark on this journey together, let us keep in mind that spirit of collaboration and innovation that has brought us here Let us use this opportunity to learn to grow and to push the boundaries of what is possible in the world of apparel and home textiles. I wish you a very interesting day proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Kapoor, for setting the stage with such inspiring words and providing a strong foundation for today's discussion. Let me now call upon Shri Gautam Nair for delivering opening remarks. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Tony Uppal, in absentia because Tony couldn't be here today. Colonel Kapoor, who is the true karma yogi behind OGTC, my friends and colleagues from OGTC, and ladies and gentlemen. I congratulate OGTC on having the 19th edition of this valuable international conference. OGTC, I must say, as an association, has always taken the lead on sharing of thoughts, sharing of ideas, and that is the true way forward. As Colonel Kapoor pointed out, the apparel industry internationally, and India in particular, is at a very important inflection point. There are all kinds of serious issues which are happening today. And as the old saying goes, the best opportunities in the world come disguised as insoluble problems. So there are lots of problems, but all these problems for India can be converted to very, very valuable opportunities. I think it's a great collection of speakers we have here today. And I really look forward to their thoughts on how India can realize these opportunities. How the fact is that while the apparel trade internationally has been increasing, India has been stagnating in the last few years. The fact is that there is talk of China plus one and China's exports have actually come down. India's exports have not really increased. The fact is while Vietnam, Bangladesh, etc. have increased, India has still stood in the same place. The fact also is that India is best positioned to replace China as being the closure of the world. We have everything in place, or I should say most things in place. It's a question of connecting all the opportunity dots we have within India. And I look forward to the thought leaders today who will provide us more insight on this. The global apparel market is projected to grow to an astounding $2.3 trillion by 2030. We're actually talking of tripling what is there today. And this unleashes incredible opportunities. But the opportunities are going to be restricted to those countries, those companies who are prepared to innovate, who are prepared to be different, who are prepared to adjust to changing conditions, and who are prepared to lead. And along with these opportunities, the basic dynamics of the industry are also changing very rapidly. These are being driven by shifts in consumer behavior, by shifts by the certain geopolitical conflicts which Colonel Kapoor mentioned, what's happening in Bangladesh, or what's happened recently in Bangladesh, what's happening in Ukraine, the other war clouds in the Middle East, perhaps in the South China Seas. And all these are leading to almost tectonic shifts in the big companies or in the apparel supply chain, not only restricted to the big companies anymore. Also, technological advancements, the advent of AI, all these things are affecting sourcing strategies, affecting from which countries customers buy from and which companies in those countries customers buy from. Now, as we are here today, it's really good to acknowledge the crucial role that Indian manufacturers can and must play in this evolving landscape. It's increasingly the gap which China has created, and I have to tell you that recent figures indicate that China itself is filling that gap. There is a rebound in exports from China itself. But that gap that China has created, I firmly believe that gap is going to be there in the future. It is being shaped by export-oriented countries like Vietnam and Bangladesh. And these countries have leveraged their manufacturing capabilities in particular and successfully positioned themselves as really solid, really almost indispensable players in the global value chain. And the way they've done it is by investing in scale, by investing in quality, by investing in efficiency, and most important, I think, by investing in trust. They have become trusted suppliers of apparel customers overseas. And there are not too many of us in India. God knows there are a few, but there are not too many of us in India who can say that. We still suffer from a lack of consistency in our operations. To truly elevate India on the global manufacturing stage, we need to embrace, we need to better this export-oriented approach. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see. So it's not enough just to preach to the government what we need the government to do, or tell state governments that what else we need from them. It is important first to change our own mindsets. I truly believe that the biggest issue plaguing Indian apparel exporters is the mindset of the individuals in charge, namely all of us in this room, and many of us who are not in this room. First change our mindsets, and then we do need some help from the government. And this partnership of customer, the opportunity, government, but most important, the Indian entrepreneur can, I think, make very dramatic differences to the road ahead. If we align our manufacturing practices with the specific demands of international buyers, if we leverage the existing free trade agreements, and we are poised to sign some very interesting free trade agreements, perhaps in this year, or almost definitely in the next year, in 2025, if we can expand our product portfolio, if we can get the manufacturing capability in synthetic fabrics and then synthetic garments that we have been striving for so long, I believe we can truly be a viable alternative. I believe we can truly offer a very sound manufacturing base so that India becomes a preferred destination for global apparel sourcing. I have to say, I've been, in my role in APC, I've chaired the state partnership board. I've worked across many different state governments, and I continue to work with different state governments. We work with the central government, with the Ministry of Textiles, with the Ministry of Commerce. I have actually never seen a more responsive administration to the needs of our industry. Not so much, not just because it's our industry, it's because apparel and textiles is such a large employment provider. And perhaps there is no time as important as this one. The recent elections have thrown up some very interesting results on that. That the focus on employment is going to be a big priority of this government, of state governments, and any government that may be there tomorrow. And this is something which the Indian apparel industry should leverage. I think this conference will provide a perfect platform for discussing all these different ideas. And I congratulate OGTC on the theme for this conference, the concept of threads of transformation, because if we can weave together or knit together, depending on which industry you come from, these different threads of transformation, I believe we can make India a really potent force. One more thing which I think particularly OGTC exemplifies, and people in this room, people who belong to different associations would do well to learn from. In OGTC, we have managed to not just compete, we all compete in the marketplace, but we collaborate as much as we compete. And I think this theme of collaborating along with competing is something which can really see us through. Collaborating on ideas, collaborating on logistics, collaborating on sourcing, collaborating on perhaps even shared manufacturing facilities. These are things which I hope will be explored in today's conference. Thank you all very much. I wish you all a very good, thoughtful, thought-provoking day today, and I hope these thoughts which are provoked will lead to constructive, sustainable action in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nair, for your insightful remarks and for highlighting the key issues we will be addressing today. Your words have truly set a thoughtful tone for the rest of the conference. All dignitaries are now requested to move down as we prepare for our next session.